An attempt by the Directorate of Criminal Investigations, that's the DCI, to take control of the burial program of 23-year-old James Gachara, who was killed during Saba Saba protests, was thwarted after the church and human rights groups intervened. The officers, through the programmer, had cautioned the masters of ceremony against allowing anyone who might criticize the government to speak, but the church refused to comply. Here's Ruth Sarmoiche-Senge with that story.
Emotions were raw during the burial of 23-year-old James Gachara in Meru, who was killed by the bullet during the Saba Saba protest.
If I couldn't turn back time, I would go back to the day you passed. Maybe things would turn out differently.
We were with him on Saturday. We had talked a lot with him about life, about many things, but God has taken him from us.
I remember when we went back to school, you had a dream that one day you will become a doctor. Today the dream is shattered.
James, who is a son to a DCI officer in Meru, died from excessive bleeding. The Form 4 student died while receiving treatment at the Nanyuki Hospital after he was shot in Likia, Laikipia County. The DCI officers had instructed the presiding master of ceremonies to permit only close family members to speak and to steer clear of any controversial comments. However, in a defiant move, the church, through the presiding father, invited a human rights defender to address the gathering before delivering the sermon and relaying a message to the government.
Huyo kiongozi wetu huko juu ndiye anasema watoto wetu wapigwe risasi. Mmoja mwingine wao anaitwa Koech anasimama anasema hata umewahurumia wawe until when.
Wanajua ujipiga risasi lakini jua ni mwenye nani unafanya nini? Tuseme itumiwe lakini situmiwe kwa wakora na wale hawauni. Sio? Itumiwe kwa watu wale ambao wanakuja kunyanyasa wa Kenya, lakini sio ati sisi wa Kenya tufanye nini? Tuangaliwe na njia ile sio rahisi.
Elsewhere in Nakuru County, the autopsy of James Odhiambo, who was shot in Naivasha during the protest, has revealed that he died due to lack of oxygen.
So we still say the cause of death here is a complication of gunshot to the abdomen.
His family is trying to come to terms with his death.
If it wasn't because of this police brutal killing, we know he could have been alive by now. We are left with a 5-year-old. Akuwa na mke. He used to take care of the baby by himself.
Our mother back at home, she's very weak. And we don't know what we are going to do. We just leave it to God. But this is painful.
To the police officers, if you obey these illegal orders, you will carry your own cross.
Meanwhile, in Kirinyaga County, the family of Peter Masharia is still pained by the shooting of their 21-year-old son.
Hiyo risasi ilimkuta mbali ndio ikampiga. Huyo kijana alikuwa ameenda kuchuna kahawa, shamba ingine ilikuwa yao kupande ule mwingine ndio alipigwa risasi. Tunataka justice.
They expressed their disappointment with the government for failing to provide a pathologist to carry out the postmortem examination of their relative.
So tunaomba wenye ambao walikuwa wahudhurie mashishi hiyo kesho, tunawaomba radhi kwa kuwa ni mipango ambayo imebadilika.
The Kenya National Commission on Human Rights, KNCHR, recorded that 37 out of the 38 people killed during the Saba Saba protests were shot. Ruth Sarmoiche-Senge, NTV.